What's up and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Shred Show Live with me, your host, Josh Pitts. You know these guys, you love them, you see them all the time, and they're guys that I absolutely have the most respect. And these guys they're visionaries within our industry, and they have put together something that I'm incredibly excited for. It's the Modern Mortgage Summit coming up tomorrow. But before we start talking about details with that, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome two of my mentors, my friends, and some of the best leaders within our industry. The one and only CEO of Mortgage Coach, Dave Savage. What's up, Dave?
What's up, Josh? Every time I hear you, dude, I get a big old smile on my face, and I am fired up. Let's go, brother.
Well, and then we have the one and only, the CEO and founder of Win by Noon, Mr. Todd Bookspan. What's up, Todd?
Hey, I'm so excited to be here, Josh. It's been way too long since I got to be on the Shred Show, and luckily I get to represent, although this one's looking a little tattered. I've worn it so much. I want you to know I represent so much at home. Dude. That, it's worn and worn well.
I was just telling Dave, I need to get you guys some new Shred swag for sure. We just got the new line out, so you guys both got some boxes of Shred swag on the way. But that's another conversation for another day. Guys, I am really, really excited. I mean, both of you respectively have a Mortgage Coach, Win by Noon, and you're constantly collaborating, constantly putting incredible things out there for our entire industry. And now you guys have put together something together that as for the entire originator community to really benefit them. We all know, let's just be honest here, our industry is changing, things are changing, and originators need to keep up to date. They need to keep on top of what's happening. And you guys have put together the Modern Mortgage Summit for originators. How did this idea, where did this idea even come to be?
Well, it started, Todd and I have talked about this for a long time. So for, I'd say a couple of years, we've talked about doing an event that helps drive the change that we're trying to drive in the mortgage space. But when I went and spoke at Sales Mastery and I flew out to Atlanta and I got on that digital stage of Atlanta North Studio, where Todd Duncan hosted it, I was just like, holy shit, this is amazing. I was really impressed with the format. Obviously, I'm impressed with Sales Mastery. I'm a huge Todd Duncan and Sales Mastery fan. But that really inspired the idea for now. And I shared it with Todd, and Todd said, let's go. He's like, Win by Noon, underwrote it, put it together. It's really a Win by Noon event, and I agreed to help with the content, putting the speakers together, crafting some of that, and I committed to helping sell and market it. But Todd is the man. He stepped up and is making it happen.
So Todd, when you start, again, you've been in our industry for so long, Todd. It's something Win by Noon is really there to help originators. But when you started putting this idea together, what was the ideas behind it? Why now?
Why now? Why not now? Right? I think that there's so many people with COVID, best years ever, and they're not necessarily ready for what's going to come next. I feel like people are flying by the seat of their pants, and it's just a great time as we are in Q4, winding down, what's going to be looked at as one of the most difficult as well as one of the most opportunistic years for mortgage originators, and really look at how can we be better as we go into 2021. And really, when you look at the 30 originators that we have that'll be on stage tomorrow that have done over $4 billion year to date in production, right? It's incredible, right? Over 2/3 of them have done over $100 million. And you know what? The passion that they're bringing to this event is, I think, just what's needed. And I think each person, had the opportunity to create their own topics. And I say topics plural because you'll see multiple videos from a lot of our speakers who will be there. And they're going to jump in with, I think, really relevant ideas that people can not just implement, but they can implement fast and quickly and hit the road for the rest of this year, getting ready for 2021.
And that's just it. Going into 2021, we have to find ways as originators to really set ourselves apart. And Dave, that's something with Mortgage Coach. You've always helped originators. It's not just about. And as I look at your guys' website, which I want to highlight real quick, guys, if you want to sign up for this event, we're going to post a link below. But you can right now. You can go to modernmortgagesummit.com, or I'm going to post a leaderpass.com/pass/win by noon. You can go to either one of those to get registered for this event. And this is tomorrow. Dave, again, being that you've always been one of the leaders within our industry with Mortgage Coach and now funneling people into this event, what is it that makes this event so different than other events that you've been part of?
Well, the focus of it. So something I'm super clear, it's a quote I said on stage, although I'm going to edit the quote a little bit from something I said on stage at the Digital Mortgage Conference a couple of years ago. But it's never been more clear, and I've never been more confident that technology is not going to eliminate loan officers. But with that said, I've never been more confident, and I don't think it's ever been more obvious, that loan officers that leverage technology, they're not gonna crush those who don't. They are crushing those who don't. I mean, it's happening right now. When you look at the number of loan officers that have done over 200 loans this year, it's over 2,000 loan officers have done over 200 loans this year. Those are stats from MMI, Mortgage Market Intelligence. And the teams, when you have good leadership, when you use your CRM, when you use your point of sale software, when you give a link to give advice, let's face it, the industry, a lot of loan officers are using a link to take an app. They're using a link to give advice with Mortgage Coach. And let's face it, we're living in this link economy right now. You're giving a link to connect on Zoom. You gave me a link to broadcast live on Facebook. It's just never been more clear to me that the loan officers that are good leaders, that leverage technology in best practices way, are just going to slaughter those who don't. So that is what makes this event unique, is that it's a total focus on that. It's one day. Every loan officer is not only a monster producer, but they're a monster at how they use technology. And then it's micro content. Like we recognize, Todd and I recognize that we're living in an ADD world. People have Zoom fatigue. And so all the content is short. Our longest sessions are 18-minute keynotes.
Wow.
So we're gonna have 7 18-minute keynotes. That's the longest type of content. And then we're gonna have 30 plus, I think it's like 50 3 to 5 minute how-to videos. So it's the things that you need to know how to do as a modern mortgage professional, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. So I think how important it is to make that modern digital shift. It's never been more important. It's never been more clear. And the way we have put the content together makes this a very unique one-day event. Todd, what are your thoughts, brother?
I was going to say, Todd, Dave brings up a couple points here that I want you to hit on, and you kind of hit on this as well. You have all these originators. They've done, billions of dollars in origination. They're all crazy busy. How is it that you're able to bring all these together, all these guys and gals together to actually share? They're sharing their secrets, if you will. They're sharing what their best practices with the community. I mean, you must have some power with them, Todd, to really convince them to come say, hey, take time out of your busy schedule and come help us out with this summit.
We are so blessed and grateful for the commitment that all of our teachers for this event have really, they've given 110%. Literally yesterday, we were getting additional ideas from people, and even Josh Metal this morning, we just loaded up into the pass. Actually, it should be hopefully going in shortly. How he's prepping for the event today. And I should throw in there that you have people who sign up will have 30 days access to the content on demand, because there's no way you can sit there probably all day for 8 hours tomorrow and consume all the content. Plus, you're going to want to actually watch lots of it, if not all of it, over and over again. I just think it's really, I think it speaks so highly of Dave, and certainly that what he's done for the community. And certainly I get a little credit, I think, as well, for the fact that we've got people who are just committed to us. They've benefited from Mortgage Coach. They've benefited from Win by Noon. They've benefited from the Mortgage Coach Productivity Mastermind community that Dave and I founded a few years ago. And like I said, we just got lucky. I don't want to think it's lucky. I think that we're just, I think if you think about it, the best of the best are at the level they're at because of their commitment and the fact that they can figure out, how do I squeeze in the time? Dan Keller said he prepped over 9 hours for his 18-minute keynote. And when you're doing over 100 million, leading a team like he leads, you've got to be well-disciplined in other areas of your life. You're using the technology that Dave just talked about to be more efficient and effective. And that's what I know that anyone who joins in tomorrow will walk away with from the event.
No, 100%. Go ahead, Dave.
Well, I want to add something to that, because one of the keynotes that Todd and I are going to do is the modern mortgage originator defined. And so I've studied this for years now. I've been involved in helping loan officers adopt technology, whether it's their CRM, whether it's their LOS. But here's one of the takeaways I had when I really drilled down and I looked at every leader here. Most of them are either being coached actively right now, or they've been coached. All of them have had a professional coach at one point in time. And most of them are coaches, whether they're a fee-based coach or not, they're coaches and mentors. So I would like to take some credit. I do think Todd and I and the community that we've put together is part of it, but it's like, this is who these human beings are. These human beings are mentors, they're leaders, They've gained a lot from the mortgage industry. They've gained a lot from our community, and they like to create content, and they like to be leaders. They like to help people grow. So I just think it's a combination of a lot of things coming together. And I also think the fact that we have so many amazing people, it's attracting a lot of people. Like, I want to be part of this party, and it's going to be an awesome event.
Dave, I have the website up and I'm actually showing people, you guys have brought together, like I mentioned, this talent pool, these originators, these incredibly brilliant minds. I mean, look at some of these names, like Kelly Zitlow, Jeremy Forcier, Denise Donahue, Shayla Gifford, Josh Meadow, Dan Keller. I mean, the list goes on and on. Like, you brought together so many brilliant minds from our industry. And like I mentioned before, what I love that you guys are doing is you are bringing these minds together and they're willing to share. They're willing to take time out of their busy schedule and actually say, hey, you know what? I care so much about the mortgage community. I want to see others thrive. I want to see it. Yes, we're competitors out there, but at the same time, we need to come together. And that's what Dave and Todd, you guys are so brilliant at doing within our industry, is you bring these incredible minds together to help one another, to really strengthen our industry as a whole. That's where your guys' focus is at. And I know that's exactly the focus behind this event. And to me, again, it just goes to show what not only with the leaders you are, but the visionaries you are for our industry. So it's exciting for me and everybody here. You should really take advantage of this. And Todd, I'm really glad you brought up the point that this is going to be available for 30 days for you. 8 hours. All of us know we all have busy schedules. You should take 8 hours out of your day tomorrow to go watch this. But if you don't have a full 8 hours, you can go back and watch this. You can watch it time and time again for 30 days after the event is done. I want your guys' thoughts on this, because there are so many virtual events out there right now, but it's these quick, Dave, you mentioned this, it's the quick hit. It's 18 minutes long. Everybody can take 18 minutes and watch some of these speakers. Are more and more events going to go to this style of virtual summit, or is it? What are your guys' thoughts on the short, quick hits?
Well, I definitely think this concept that we've put together of the longest content's 18 minutes. There's a lot of 3 to 5 minute value. Like, I wasn't sure whether people would be able to put together a 3 to 5 minute really valuable how-to video. Guys, they're stunning. How much value you could deliver in 3 to 5 minutes is stunning. And I absolutely think when it comes to that type of content consumed in a virtual world, we'll see more of that. So I think that will continue. I do think there's a substitute for an in-person event. Though, how you're able to connect, schedule, clear your schedule, show up present. I don't know how many people, it'll be interesting to see how many people just show up and consume this, turn on their iTV or stream it on a TV or however they time block and watch the entire thing. I'm not going to make any predictions or guesses on that because I honestly have no idea. But I do think a lot of the number of people that we have signed up for this, a very high percentage of them are going to consume some content, cafeteria style. And if I had to guess, the most common way people are going to consume it is schedule a few sessions they want to watch live, and then schedule some sessions for a week, 2 weeks. It'll be interesting. Are people going to consume this all the way up until 30 days? We've had so much demand for people that want more than 30 days that we will have a 1-year pass that we'll make available after the event. So for people that want to have it for a longer period of time, we'll make a pass available for that.
Love it. Todd, as we start to wrap things up here, I know both of you guys have a crazy busy schedule. Dave is actually at a Rene Rodriguez event where he's at. You can see that he is traveling like many of us would like to start doing. But Todd, as we start to wrap this up, what are your if anybody's sitting on the fence right now, they're like, I don't know if I have the time. I don't know if I, want to make, guys, it's only $100, $100. That is such a minimal investment to hear from the industry's best of the best. Todd, if people are sitting on the fence right now, what would kind of be your final words to really get them to take action right now and take advantage of this?
Well, I mean, you just said it. It's $100, and you do have the best of the best in the industry who've given their time and energy to make you better. And in the end, if you can't walk away from watching, even a handful of the sessions and be able to implement something right away to earn that plus, 10x, right? Probably 50x or 100x, then you're doing something wrong. And oftentimes, you just said it, these folks are sharing their secrets. And a lot of times you'll hear them say, well, the reason I share is because I don't think people will execute. And so my challenge to you is to do what Dave said, right? Put it up on the TV, block out the time, get out the pen and paper, take notes, and then most importantly, then schedule the time and execute, make it happen. And you're not gonna be able to execute everything at once, but like they say, you can eat an elephant one bite at a time. You'll just take one piece of content and put it in, because this is what it's all about. The technology is all about scripts. It's all about things that easily can be implemented tomorrow in order to make your business better and more efficient.
Boom. That's both of you guys have hit on that point, and that is exactly where I want to end on. This is micro content. This is easily digestible. You can take the 18-minute segments. You can execute on them like Todd is talking about. That is the number one thing, guys. If you go to this event, make sure I guarantee you, I promise you, you will get something out of this event, and then you just have to go execute on it within your business to step up for 2021. Guys, I want to thank you guys and appreciate you guys for showing up. Dave and Todd for taking time out of their busy schedule and their busy day. You guys are absolutely, like I've said before, your leaders, your friends. And I thank you guys so much for continuing to push the envelope within our industry and continuing to unite the industry together. So thank you guys so much for all you guys do.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Guys, with that, comment right now. If you're going to be going hashtag Modern Mortgage Summit, comment right now below. We'll hope to have you guys there. Hope to see you guys there. I know I'm going to be attending, and you're going to see Dave and Todd and so many other incredible leaders tomorrow at the Modern Mortgage Summit. With that, guys, we are out of here. We appreciate you. We love you. Now it's time for you to go shred, go show up, hustle, repeat every day. See ya.